Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
Right.
That's right. Let's jump into this. Y'all, welcome to 90-Day Gays.
And this is a crossover.
It's a crossover. It's like when your cousin on the east side of the town and your cousin on your west side of your town fuck. Oh, wait, that's just me.
Or like a London Bridge, when you grab the other guy who's fucking the other guy and you slap his hands.
Exactly.
That's a crossover.
Oh yeah, that's the high five. Isn't that the
high
hour?
five.
Yeah. So,
is it a London Bridge for?
That's what I call it for gay
That's
people.
I
call it nurse her kink. Okay, so don't mess with it. You want to try her?
We have the
We have
ladies.
two special guests today.
The ladies from Fraudcast are here. Hi. Tell it now. Say for people that are new. Say hi. I'm blah blah blah. It's Hanekawa.
Sorry, I interrupted you while you were introducing me.
No, go ahead.
A little premature, I guess. I can't help it. You guys do that to me. You get me all like that premature ejaculation. Hi, I'm Frauded by TLC. I'm Katrina.
And I am Hanekawa.
Yay.
Yeah, which Hanekawa,
And together we are the Fraudcast.
yes, because your Instagram is 90 Day Fiance today, right?
Correct. Yes.
Exactly. So we'll put all that in the link. Y'all, these are the ladies of hot tea.
Hot fucking tea.
I like that.
Scoopsters.
Ooh,
Scoopsters. I like that.
Thank you.
Went to an ice cream shop called Scoopsters.
Fat girl. Okay, so
True.
for our listeners today, we are doing 30 minutes on our show today of this podcast, and we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiance, hot tea, and then actually we're jumping on to, you can listen to the second half on the Fraudcast, and we're going to be talking probably a little 90 Day It Happens, but we're also going to be talking about Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle, our latest garbage barge that we're watching.
Yes. So Hanekawa told me to watch that, and I tell her to watch. I make her watch so much stuff. I was like, the least I can do is watch the one thing she asks me to watch, and I was all
And
in.
5 minutes in, you liked it, right?
I was attracted to the absolute cringe factor from the beginning, but it was about episode 4 where I was like, I'm invested, and I was upset by that.
He gets teary at Sharon and Rhonda. He gets teary and he wants to cry.
I get more teary at David and Sharon. They're like the best couple. They're like the best bro couple.
David and Sharon. Oh yeah.
I could do some naughty things to David.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
But we're going to talk about
most
that.
of them I can't, because like the attraction for me has to do with a lot with personality, and most of their personalities are such garbage I can't handle it. But David and his blue eyes can come at me any day.
Everyone's a disaster on that show. Everyone except for maybe David. Haley was an absolute.
Save it for the second half. You get into it.
Save it for the show, as my producer says.
Okay,
we're gonna talk about 90 Days now. This is what happens when you don't take your feels, Poodle.
I didn't take my feels today, so this is raw, unscripted.
Oh man.
Poodle is raw dog.
Raw dog.
He's no condom, no sheep, no just.
I have a meme that I've been sitting on posting about the whole situation, and I'm like,
oh no. Ooh.
Well,
do you guys know that Lisa's open for
everyone's
bookings
gonna be like, the fuck?
What did you say? Lisa's what?
Lisa's open for bookings now. She posted like you can hire her.
Yes. I don't
Why
know
would anyone hire her?
How much do you think Lisa cost?
I don't know.
Cameos were $100, and then she sliced them for like some
a pack of
discount.
menthols?
So So let's jump into that. We're going to start off.
Newports.
Poodle and I,
the Newports.
We don't read any of the news. Like, we don't know about Stephanie's YouTube.
Informed.
We're just in our own little gay island. So when we're talking about, let's first jump into 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days.
The current season.
What's some hot tea that y'all have scooped about this season?
Well, we've been digging into David and Lana, and there's a lot of fakeness there. There's a lot of fraud there.
It seems so real, though. It just
like his hair. It seems so real.
Oh, one of our listeners, who's like a wig master, said, "That's a piece."
Yeah,
everyone says that, and like, can't look.
He only fluffs it.
It's the one that like you kind of can wiggle it under, and then
put your own hair over it.
So
not a lace front
with David and Lana. Oh Jesus! So do we think Lana is not real and never has been real?
What? Of course she's not real.
No, but I mean, like, not even a person. Is this just created for the show? Like, or what can you say or not say? I don't know. Y'all,
Hanekawa, you want to take this one? This is like her pet project, so
I get way too involved, but she is real. So, but whether or not we're going to see her, that's the TLC magic. I don't know. A couple people that knew her from high school have made it a point to get into my inbox to prove that they knew her from high school. So physically, she exists.
Girl who do podcast, I know Lana. You must not tell her she is not a real person.
If the person behind her pictures is real, that's the big question.
Yeah.
She's got like 15 different profiles on dating sites.
Yeah.
But so you looked into the magic of these websites too, of how they work. The bookers or the agents submit them to all of the various websites. She doesn't get any money for it either.
Yeah.
No,
she
goes to the agency and says, "I want to find American husband," and they go, "Okay, take some pictures, and here's 15 sites we're going to put you on." And so the girls have no say on what sites they're being logged into. They just get like information that they have a site open, they could talk to people. So like Anastasia Date? Yeah. I think she's on that one. That's where Caesar found Maria. Mm-hmm. That one's a shady one from what I've learned. I know. That one's the shadiest of dating sites.
Y'all, we often say on our Twitter or Instagram, where were you when you saw that Maria was real?
On the couch choking on my fucking dinner. Like
it's like when JFK was shot. We all remember.
Right?
Like,
where were you on 9/11?
I got up off the couch and encircled it 4 times. I could not believe what I saw.
That was one of the best kept secrets of TLC, because even my boyfriend who was sitting next to me was like, "No fucking way!"
Yeah, even we didn't know.
I walked off, and I was like, "Where are you going?" He goes, "This bitch is real." And he's walking around.
She showed up and went, "I am not accountant," and I lost my shit.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't know that one ahead of time, because the reaction I got watching it was amazing.
Yes.
Do y'all know anything? We've talked about this and we don't know. What is David's job? Do we know what he does to be quote unquote rich?
That's what we say when we talk to one another.
He is in software development.
Yeah, sounds about right.
In Las Vegas. So you can imagine what kind of software he'd probably be developing in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Either
slots.
So that's what Colt does. Yeah.
Is that what Colt does? He worked for Konami or something like that.
But I think
he
David
does slot machine
more successful than Colt.
Yeah, so David has a shit ton of money. If he's spending $2,000, and he's even mentioned in comments that $2,000 is nothing when you're pulling in $20K a month. So, I mean, he spent $600 on a cat shit box.
That's true.
For Mothra.
Okay. So he's gonna give he's got money, so I don't think that's a problem for him.
He might be one of the strangest people I've ever watched anything out on TV, because like his shirts are all the same kind. They're oversized, and they kind of hit him at like a place, I would say, like they're Peanuts characters. Like a Peanuts character.
I think he gets them from Costco, like, folded on the Costco tables. He probably just grabbed the stack.
Shirts, though.
There's nothing wrong with them when they fit you.
His whole segment plays like a really bad indie film. Like when you can hear like the Russian music softly playing while he's walking around Ukraine alone and sad, and you're like, what is going on here? Like,
well,
have you seen my girlfriend?
Yeah, well, that's not creepy at all. We have learned that a lot of his stuff has been staged, right? Like,
had to have been.
The candy shop is like an hour and a half away from her alleged address.
Yeah,
in the restaurant.
Ooh.
So this whole storyline about, I'm going to pop into the candy shop where she goes all the time is probably just all complete bullshit, because there's no candy shops next to her house. And so this, like, why would she pop into a candy shop that's an hour and a half away from her? So we think that was just the producer pulling shit out of his ass on the fly. And like,
there's a candy shop. Yeah, that's just driving, because if Yolanda doesn't have a car, she's taking the train. That's then a 3-hour commute.
Right.
But he's such a good actor, I'm compelled every time he gives me an explanation.
Right.
Yeah, I think everyone who watches that, besides the Yolanda thing, which I'd like to talk about next, because I know you guys have done some deep dives there, we think she's either the stupidest person alive, which I don't know. She may still be the stupidest person alive.
Do you notice that she is, well, it was Rose at one time, but we have fun about Rose soon, but she doesn't do anything on Instagram but just post pics of her. Like, that's it. Like, there's no lives with her. There's no posts other than
she's just trying to snag a man.
Have a blessed day. Please read my diet book.
And her hashtags are all like single man, single woman.
Hashtag single men. Hashtag thirsty.
That's why Williams found her such easy picking.
Yes.
Yolanda's that woman who always volunteers at church and everyone prays for her.
Oh my fucking God.
So before we move to Yolanda, one of the other things about David's story is, so that on the show they talk about how he can only communicate with her via the website, right? Yes. Well, there's a scene in one of the episodes where you can see what appears to be an email that is actually a Mac OS interface email. And that's the email that says, want to get picture and visa and start relationship, right?
And start.
Yeah. So
very romantic email.
Yeah,
I know.
Our theory
on or not.
Our theory on that is it was actually a producer sent the email to say that because it needed something for the storyline to keep going. And it wasn't her that sent it. It was the producer that sent it via this interface. This
sent an
Mac
email.
OS. Yeah. Just sent a standard email.
Or she did send it, and it proves that he doesn't have to pay to talk to her all the time.
True. Right. It just tells me just that.
Leave us alone.
We're just like drinking. We're barely watching at this point.
God bless.
But it just tells you guys, I'm sure, have found out how much producers behind the scenes have done work, and people watching at home are just thinking, well, I guess this is all unfolding, in time. But like there were earlier scenes I remember. Even in like Darcy and Jesse's story, where you can tell Jesse would have no reason to be here. Jesse would have no reason to be in these places, and it was obvious. Like, a producer wrote that dialogue. You know it, but we've just watched reality television for long enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Yolanda.
We talk to producers, so
exactly.
So Yolanda hot tea. There's been. I actually don't know. I will kind of see and I just kind of scroll. But what I don't know where to start.
What's your Yolanda big scoop?
You want to start with our? We needed a dry erase board and like visual aids to describe her story.
Like True Detective.
Hers is swirly because we're on episode 10 in the show, and they're just now deciding to reverse image Williams. Like
which we did. You did like
I did that when the preview commercial came out. I was like, no fucking way. And as soon as you put it in, it's okay. Yeah. It's a catfish, but the more squirrely thing, and I'm gonna actually let you Frauded say this one because I mess it up.
God, I mess it up too. Okay,
the Instagrams and what's his name?
Uche,
and not Williams, but is Williams.
Right.
Done.
Okay, so oh God. Okay, so Yolanda is thirsty as fuck. Oh, sorry. Can I say as fuck?
Yes. Yes. Fuck yes.
So she's thirsty as fuck, and she posts all these pictures of herself on Instagram. She attracts men of a certain persuasion. Scammers, right? So
she's just a wildebeest.
So she attracted this one man whose name is Uche, Uche. Yeah. His username has a G in front of it, so it's Gucci, but his actual name is Uche. So she attracted him, and they were in a relationship as such. While she was having her Instagram relationship with Williams, not his real name.
No.
So I know. So she's having this relationship with Uche. Sends naughty pictures of herself to him as well, which I have now seen added to my collection of 90-Day Dick that I have.
Focus, Jake. Focus. We're talking about Yolanda.
Well, one of the 90-Day Dicks that I have is Colts, and that's nothing. There's nothing there. So don't get excited.
I'm uninterested.
Yeah. Don't get excited. So she's doing this with Uche. She's doing the same thing with this Williams character. In her conversations with Uche, and we know all this because Uche came to us, and he actually went live with us and he explained all of this, which I have saved on my YouTube, Frauded by TLC on YouTube. You can go watch it there.
On YouTube.
You can go watch my live with Uche there, where he explains all this. So he's in this relationship. She talks to him about filming for TLC and how excited she is. She's going to get $2,000 an episode and all of this stuff. And then it comes out because of me and Hanekawa. We had dug into her stuff, and we had found Uche commenting and this Williams guy, this guy that we know is Williams, commenting under a different name. So we found these two names, and we suspected one of them was Williams. At the time, we didn't know which, but both of them could have been the suspect. They were both suspect because of the way they were talking. I love you, sweetie, all this kind of stuff. We put that information. We put that stuff out there, and as a result, there was a lot of media attention, and people were saying Uche was Williams and trying to scam her. He gets mad and tells her this, right? And again, we know this because there was conversations between Yolanda and Uche shared those with us. So we have seen these communications. And that he's all mad at her and she won't defend him. And so they're arguing with each other. And she's like, well, even Williams isn't mad. Commenting about the actual Williams guy that is being portrayed on the show. So her whole story is just a bunch of bullshit, right?
This is like True Detective.
Yeah, it is. That's what
it's so squirrely. Like we go through the whole thing and we get the uh-oh.
But at the end of the day, everyone is just sad.
Pretty much. Like Gucci is happy because his DM's filled up with a whole bunch of women wanting to be with him.
Yeah.
And so he's like a happy camper. He gets to keep his job, and I think he has a girlfriend now.
And so the person that she was talking to was Williams or Uche?
Both of them.
Both.
on the show, she's talking about William. So this is the guy that's changed his Instagram name more than I have. So probably about 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh. It's true. I have problems.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But, the last name that account had was like coronavirus update or something like that.
Has the man who is actually Williams, because he's like an Italian model or something. I've heard.
The model.
He's an Italian fitness model.
Mm-hmm. Has he commented on this at all?
He's gay. And right.
Well, you talked to them, right? So has he commented?
Him and the photographer, and his name is McKelly. His first fear was that his identity was stolen. So, people are recognizing him as Yolanda's boyfriend. He's like, the fuck?
Who is this Williams?
First of all, right? I would never make a sexy with a woman.
No, don't pizza, spaghetti. I'm a Williams.
Right? Oh, and a new accent is born.
Yes.
Man.
He think a doctor like this, like
I know, like he should.
I like it. The sucker that
Mario. So his photographer talked to me. He's like, I don't know what's going on, and he tried to like contact TLC through whatever email he could find on the website.
Right.
Funny enough, Discovery or TLC, they don't have that website in Italy, I guess. Okay. I have no clue what he was telling me, but everything's good now. He realizes it's just a show. He's like, I don't know that woman. I don't talk to her. He's Italian, not English. So they basically just found like some stock photos of some beefcake that looked like the beefcake she was probably actually talking to. Yeah, it's a mess. It's
all bullshit. It's all fraud. I
need a fucking storybook. I need to actually just write a novel.
And self-publish it and sell it with Diet Not.
Yes, on Amazon for free. It'll beat Jesse's book.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that is some exquisitely hot tea,
and I'm sure
Yolanda.
There's more if y'all listen to the Fraudcast.
Yes,
so jump in.
We'll link that because because we have some people we have some listeners who love do a fucking deep dive. We'll put something out there for them, and they'll come back with like a whole fucking dissertation.
Right?
Jake is a really good detective until one guy's hot. Then he's just sucking his dick in his alley. I forgot what he was there for. And then
did you get the information? He's like, the what?
Exactly. I'm like, did you get the diamonds, Jake? No, but I got syphilis. Great.
Is there anybody we should probably talk about like in 90-day history? In your experience, you guys experienced doing that, was there something, what was the biggest surprise that you both of you have kind of deduced? What was the biggest shock that you came across?
I think the biggest shock for the general public was like Submit was married that I broke that we
yes, you did remember that.
Right. But I think for us, like for me personally, when we found out that like Tim and Jennifer's story was complete bullshit.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
What?
Y'all, we don't watch news at all, but even I heard that.
So Tim and Jennifer from Before the 90 Days, like the last season of it, right? Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Tim and Jennifer, and Tim is not gay, y'all. Tim is not trans. He's none of those things.
I'm just a good old boy.
He has a real thing for Colombian women. That's a real thing. As we learned in our deep diving. No, so Tim and Jennifer they had talked online. That whole bit is real. They met before filming. They actually met up in Mexico.
What I did hear. Yeah.
Okay, and they met in Mexico. They decided they didn't like each other. It wasn't going to work. And Tim came home after a few days. And that was it. The show called and said, oh, we want you on. Because they'd already applied and then they hadn't heard anything. Or the show had said, we're not going to use you just yet. Maybe not at all or whatever. So they went ahead and met up. And then the show called and said, we want you after all. So they said, okay, well, we'll pretend like we've never met. So everything that you see, they had actually met before and decided they didn't like each other. So if you go back and watch it last season, with that in mind completely changes the tenor of the storyline.
So they made poor Yennefer's father meet that douchebag.
Yep.
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 Wow.
He didn't probably know it wasn't
And
real.
he wore embroidered jeans to a farm.
And okay, so I actually had the boots that Tim wore on the farm.
Yes.
I had those in my possession for a while. We gave them away in a giveaway.
Can you imagine who wanted Tim's boots? Like,
I have a feeling they were petite. I have a feeling they were quite small.
They were like men's size 9.
Oh, that's average. 8.5, 9 is average.
That's average.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I see you guys calculating over there. You're like,
that's what I was like. No, y'all, it's not big. It's not anything to write home about. It's kind of thick. It's kind of thick.
You can ask Veronica. Veronica,
I was gonna say Veronica. I was gonna if they said ask Jennifer. I was like, no, she wouldn't know.
She wouldn't know, but Veronica would know.
Now, but since we're on the topic, though, can you say best 90-day dick you've seen?
Woo!
Are you allowed to say? If you have to keep it secret, we understand.
Well, I can tell you that Jonathan's is nice. It's perfectly average.
Jonathan's from like season
Fernandez.
Jonathan and Fernanda.
Oh, we haven't watched their season yet, but I know who he is.
You haven't watched their season, but have you watched the dick video?
No.
The penis gate video?
No.
She accidentally went live and then whipped it out. And he's like, what is that? Or she said, what? Something like that. He's like, it's my dick.
It's my penis.
It's my penis.
I'm going to have to excuse myself into an interior room.
I have to go.
That is what started Penisgate. And then Colt's penis came out after that. And
then that closed Penisgate. That just closed Penisgate immediately.
It's closed. Yeah. We're done. No more.
No more.
Jay just dreams of Alexi's dick.
Oh.
I will say, so Antonio is kind of, don't get it. Well, it depends what you like. They're long and thin.
I would believe it. But no, I was just wanting,
long and thin and curved.
I can see Antonio as a curved and very trimmed hair, if any.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like, but it was real thin and long.
Alex's dick.
This is a classy show.
Alex and Lauren would blow my mind.
I've not seen Alexi, and I was trying to get a dick pic from Sasha. You wouldn't play. You wouldn't
probably not.
It is. It is of course uncut.
You are doing God's work, really. The work of the Lord.
These are like you are standing on the shoulders of dick pigs before you.
You are
who have come. Like
just
speaking of coming, there is a video of Colt in the money shot.
No.
I had to see it.
This is why I just cannot. She's like, I have this. Nope.
Close the penis conversation again. We're moving on now.
Okay, how are we disgusted by these dicks? It's always the ones you never want, y'all. Always the dicks shot.
Well, they're always the ones that are happy to show you. If you want to see, actually, no, thank you.
No, not really.
Not really.
That leads me to the question of what is the shit y'all get? Though it's because like I feel like there could be a reality show about you two. The stuff y'all have to go through. I would too. What is some of the weirdest shit y'all have had to do to get information? I know you have some secrets, so you probably don't tell that, but is there anything that you could tell? Like one time I had to do this.
I went through trash. I went through someone's trash, or
Hanekawa, do you want to talk about the undercover action for Organo Gold?
I went really far. Like I almost signed on to Organo. Do you guys remember Organo?
No.
Multi-marketing.
Yes.
So we did a big expose on this. We did a whole episode on Organo Gold and its history and this MLM and why it's bad and all of this stuff. And we got a lot of that because Hanekawa went deep undercover with
I forgot who it was. It was
whoever Tom's upline is.
Yeah, whoever's like on his team. And I was just, you play the whole like, oh my God, I'd love to be on Tom's team. How do I do it? And then that turned to 3 days of like watching inspirational videos, doing some kind of chat, and then maybe getting samples of the mushroom coffee, which I'm like, no, thank you. At that point, I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
And then like you started thinking, and wait a minute, I'm selling organic gold now. What happened? I just got 3 clients.
I'm under Tom now selling mushroom coffee. Yes.
So that's what Tom does. He sells mushroom coffee.
We haven't heard about it since we did our expose.
I've actually heard that mushroom coffee's good.
Tom is a dilettante. Tom has never done anything his whole life, but like tried to do really, dilettante. We mean someone who's good at like lots of little things.
Oh, okay.
But who's not really successful for anything well known.
Well, does like the quick impressions. Like he's a charmer. But he's only charming for a certain amount of time. So he's got to use that small bit of charm to get people to, buy a shit ton of coffee. And then I'm on to the next thing. Now, what is he doing now? Like, I don't know.
He's doing nothing right now. Yeah. He went
random stuff.
UK. Yeah.
He's insulting Darcy for a living, apparently. So,
well, I feel like he's can be very charming. We were all pretty convinced that he was that charming. And I think he's probably a nice guy to have as a friend. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship with him personally, but
I think he's forward. I think he's just blunt, right?
They all can't handle it after a while. They get sick of it after a while.
Interesting.
Oh, is that what
does
it is?
Mean?
What is it? Because my mind went somewhere.
I think he's trying to say that, the whole he's Tom, he's on a reality show, blah, 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 blah. But,
not the
mileage may differ.
Not the constant Dutch dooring that he gives to all of his birds.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Well, he's had past relationships with men, right? So he goes both.
What? Shut the... Oh.
I finally get to see how that's done.
I know, right?
In my head, I literally thought he was running around the room.
I always imagine the microphone going like this.
I'm gonna need a moment.
Okay.
Maybe we should end 90-Day Talk with that. Like, can we top that? I don't know.
Else can top it.
No, we have to talk about Rose.
Rose.
Oh, Rose, yes.
Tom could top
Rose.
Jake.
Yeah.
Rose did a live today pretty much saying, fuck you, Ed.
Good.
Like saying that he's nothing but a liar, embarrassed her family, embarrassed her, just wants money and fame. So you know how he said he was the most authentic? Like, I think he is like the most authentic asshole.
Yeah.
Like, he's an asshole in the show and an asshole in real life. So
I feel like with men like Ed and even women like Angela, this colonial idea, they basically buy these people. And he has it in their idea that since I'm sending them money, I can kind of change them into whatever I need them to be. It was the same thing with Teresa and Hazel, and it was the same thing with Ed. Yeah, he's like making her into his like white virginal goddess. You know?
Well, he spent like 6 hours there and was like, "Oh my God, I have to get out of here." Like, I can feel the poverty building up on my skin. And I can't wash it off.
It's like making her shave her legs, and then in this next episode, we see him say, "You've got bad breath. Here's some toothpaste and mouthwash,"
which is actually an ulcer, and she calls him a dick for it. She tells him he's ugly, but yeah,
well, he gets
lingerie and then says, "Can you brush your teeth?"
Yeah, because her breath was bad.
Gross.
Yeah,
I would have been like, "Just turn me around and deal with it." Okay.
Right.
Gross.
Exactly.
Just deal with it.
As long as I don't have to look at your face, we're fine. Can you throw some money on me?
Please, just throw some money. Some coins are fine. I have tough
Coins
skin.
are fine. I just need a little bit. Just show me the money I'm getting and show me the life I'm getting.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. One question, and then we're going to jump into our Fraudcast second half of this, but we'll end out and close out. But I want to know, who's the one person that you haven't interviewed yet? Who is your
white whale? Who is your white whale?
Ooh.
Or something you have a theory about, but you can't prove it.
Oh God, there's so many of those.
Can I say it's still? No, I think we debunked that one. I was going to say Tanya and Sinjin and that fiasco.
Yeah, but no, we figured that out.
I despise her more than anything in this world.
We had a theory for a little while that that she didn't actually leave in the middle of the 90 days, that she actually did that prior to the 90 days, but we went way too deep. I am now Facebook friends with Dylan Colchester, Sinjin's brother.
His brother.
Yeah, me
the
too.
Hot brother.
He likes to be friends with people.
I'm now Facebook friends with him. And the people at Instagram requested,
they don't.
Like cousins and stuff. Yeah, no. I mean, I got to interview Danielle, and that was like, she's my queen. So, but you know what? I'd actually love to interview Darcy. I would really like a real interview, not like fun. The interview she gives to the public, right? Like a real sit down, girl to girl talk with her.
But she would just be like, I live the dream. I just want to be loved. It's the same. She'd just give you Instagram
but here's
names.
The thing. So here's the thing: is my theory on her is I believe that she is an alcoholic, and I can say that because I am an alcoholic. Right? I'm in recovery. Alcoholics, like, we get each other, right? Like, we connect in a way that other people don't connect with us. So I'm wondering if that connection she's me before I got sober. The way she acts about men is the way I was with men before I got sober. So I feel like we could connect on that, hopefully. Maybe that's like a pipe dream. But
I don't know. I think she read The Secret a lot, and she is
going to manifest.
I think she actually believes that. Like, it's in there.
Gotta find love.
Yep. She goes to sleep with that mantra. She's got sticky notes. You'll find it.
Oh, you know she does. She's got like a vision board.
She's got her vision board. Her vision board has like rings on it. You what?
I have video of her, right? You guys know this, right?
Like doing stuff? I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's up their alley.
Oh, no. No, I don't think I could
wrong squirrel, wrong nut.
I don't know what that means.
And on that note, that's the show, everybody.
Go over to Frauded. Go over to Frauded by TLC podcast to get our second half of this. We're going to talk, I'm sure, a little more 90 days, and we're going to talk Too Hot to Handle, y'all.
Yes.
The latest garbage barge.
And they...
Oh, my God.
No, tell everybody where you find you.
Tell people where you can find her. Like,
we'll end our show, so tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll start yours.
Same.
I am Katrina. I'm Frauded by TLC. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Frauded by TLC.
And I am Hanekawa. You can find me at 90 Day Fiancé today on Instagram.
Woohoo!
Perfect.
Y'all, thank you so much. We will see you on the other side.